Hello, why don't you join me today as I do some fun spring homemaking and talk about what I do to make our home a little bit more peaceful. Well, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I know my windows need to be washed. My dog keeps getting stuff all over them. So today I'm going to take you along with me doing a little bit of spring homemaking and kind of going along with my morning routine. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the things I've been doing lately to try to make my home just a little bit more peaceful. Kind of my recent, I guess, tips and tricks, things that I've done to kind of help me feel better about where, I just want to create a calm, peaceful, happy atmosphere in my home so that A, it's a place that my kids want to come home to, and B, it's just one of those, I don't feel the need, I've heard it said, build a life that you don't want to vacation from. That's kind of where I'm at. So the first thing that they say generally is to kind of keep the clutter down and keep your home kind of tidy. And of course, this one is probably one of the hardest things for me to do because we have a lot of moving parts during the day. We have a large family. We just have a lot going on. We're busy. We have a lot of, between homework, schoolwork, and the extracurriculars that we're currently involved in, it just can sometimes be kind of hard. But I feel like just trying to keep the clutter down. I've kind of reorganized certain rooms, and I try to keep basically my main living area. I try my best to kind of keep it tidied up and kind of organized best I can. The kitchen can get a little unruly sometimes because dishes are a never ending thing. But overall, I think just having kind of that mindset of keeping things tidy and trying to kind of keep things kind of peaceful, quote unquote, works out well enough for me. Another thing is I like to play calm music or podcasts that kind of make me happy, upbeat stuff, and just kind of, especially when I'm cleaning and stuff, I kind of like having a little bit of background music. My mom used to have the TV on all the time when she was a kid, and when I was a kid. And I don't really like that, but I really enjoy just having more time, just kind of peaceful music. One of my favorite channels, I guess, on Pandora, I think I use a lot, is it's calm piano music or something. I like the instrumental. I think it's called Instrumental Chill channel or something like that. And it has a lot of instrumental music, which I love. And so I just find it kind of nice to kind of have a slow, kind of take my time in the morning, kind of get up, get moving around. I may or may not work out. I'm kind of trying to do that more, but of course it's honestly, I'm making it fit into my day, and it's more so to build strength and mobility. And I also don't want it to be an overly stressful thing, because obviously it's something that it can get stressful. Let's just put it that way. So just trying to kind of tidy up this morning. Like I said, every day I pretty much put some focus on kind of tidying up my main living area. If I have energy after the kids go to bed, I might do it then. But normally this is after breakfast and the kids have all gotten on the bus for school, or they're off doing whatever they're doing for the day. And so I am just kind of doing a quick tidy up so that I can be done with, so I can kind of enjoy it. It's always kind of my first thing I do before I kind of get into my main quote unquote block of chores, so to speak. So another thing that I like doing is bringing the outside in, and I've seen this, I love it. Basically right now, my one lone tulip that survived my goats is we have a lot of, people will probably consider them weeds. This is field mustard, or no, this is bittercrest, and it's actually an herb. But it had these pretty yellow flowers, and so I've just been kind of picking a few sprigs and putting them kind of in the centerpiece. I got this vase. It actually was like a pop bottle from probably 20 years ago that we found on our property whenever, because they logged our property 20 years ago. And so we found it while we were out exploring. And so it's actually made a really cute little vase with a few wildflowers. I just feel like it kind of gives a little bit of fun. It just kind of makes I feel like it just kind of makes things a little bit fun. So right now I am getting some chicken broth. I actually made this last night, so I'm kind of going to get it all canned up because I'm going to make myself, I just want to have something really nourishing today. We've had so much going on, and I just feel like I've been just kind of stressed, and so I haven't been eating as healthy as I'd like to. So I'm kind of working on getting back into my kind of healthier thing. And I know it's spring, So soups aren't really as big of a thing, but I really like them. And so I've just been still making them. I feel like the chicken broth, I just love it. And I just feel like it's really good for you, full of collagen, all the good things. Like I don't have to take collagen supplements whenever I'm drinking the broth or eating soups with broth in it. So I feel like doing that and just kind of having that, like cooking on the stove, always just kind of makes me feel happy and a little cozy. Even though we're kind of getting out of cozy season, I still like having a few elements here or there. So just finishing up, tidying up my stove, and I'm going to get ready to basically cook my soup because I'm going to cook it for lunch. And it's one of those, I love just kind of having it. So I'm using some of the chicken, I'm just throwing it in there, and then I put the rest in the fridge. And I actually ended up using it all that week for meals, which was really nice because then I didn't have to worry about like bringing out meat. So another thing that I do kind of with the kids is to, I basically have tried to keep the TV off, especially in the mornings, and just kind of keep our mornings on the quieter side. I don't even always play music, or if I do, it's in my earbud, because I just want to keep like a calm, peaceful atmosphere. Especially after the kids go to school, I just really want to keep that. And so the girls, Kiva got this tea set for her birthday, and the girls are playing so nicely together. So of course I had to watch that, and I thought it was very nice. I was so proud of them. So yeah, I just kind of enjoy doing that. I enjoy just kind of folding my diapers, and I try to also like walk around a lot, kind of get my steps in. Another way, just get a little bit of extra exercise, if you know what I mean. So I'm definitely enjoying just kind of the sunshine, the warm days. I try to make sure, you know, we open up the curtains, we have lots of natural light. That's always something that I feel like, especially in the spring when the sun is starting to come back. Because where we live, it's definitely not, it's pretty dreary and rainy pretty much all winter long, and dark. So it's really nice just kind of enjoying the sunshine. So I'm gonna swap over some laundry. One thing that kind of helps is, like I said, I listen to the music. I normally listen to podcasts. I really like the Simple Farmhouse Life podcast. I listen to Honey, I'm Homemaker also. And what other ones? A new one I found, it's called Fierce Parenting and Fierce Marriage, and they also have some really good podcasts that are thought-provoking and generally positive, which is what I like. I try to stay away from a lot of the like doom and gloom. I'm not a true crime podcast kind of girl. I definitely try to keep away from those because they just give me too much anxiety. So now we're coming on lunchtime, and it's Monday, so the girls are going to have some chicken nuggets, and I was almost out, so I just threw the rest of them on there, so there were a few leftovers for later. And it worked out really well. Freya wants some, but I told her, like, they're frozen, babe. We got to get them cooked. And then I'm just going to get started with my chicken soup, having something nourishing on the stove, kind of simmering. I always enjoy it. I just love the smell of it. It makes me happy, and it kind of, I don't know, I also basically meal prepped this meal because of, like I said, I'm trying to get back into like healthier things, because I also think one of the things is whenever I don't feel good because I've been eating badly or just kind of overstressed, or even just like not eating, like skipping meals or just forgetting to eat because I'm so busy with everything else, doesn't help. So I'm trying to kind of make sure that I always have something good and nourishing in the fridge or on the stove that I can make sure and feed myself, because I'm definitely trying to like build that into my like lifestyle, so to speak. So got to give the scraps to the chickens, which is something I love being able to do, is just throw everything that we don't use, and the chickens love it, and it ends up kind of stretching their chicken food a little bit, and we get the most delicious eggs. So another thing that I like doing is kind of having some comfortable fabric. So I love this blanket. It's super fuzzy, and I've started putting it on the back of the couch, and it's so funny because pretty much every day a kid steals it and wraps up in it. Even in the summertime, they love just kind of wrap up in the textures and stuff. I just feel like it makes them happy. So there's my soup. It's basically chicken, and I put some macaroni with these nice little biscuits. And then after lunch, I went ahead and meal prepped it. So now I basically have lunch for the rest of the week, which is really nice because sometimes it's hard for me to remember, especially when we're just on the go so much. It's hard for me to remember to like keep up with things, I guess. So doing this is really nice, and having just some extra, I don't know what you call it, extra food, extra meals so that I don't have to worry about lunch, because normally lunch is kind of my hardest meal. I do a lot of leftovers, but sometimes we don't always have very many leftovers depending on what I make. And so it's just nice having some extras. And I actually poured the rest of the chicken broth in that cup and I just sipped on it because it was so good. And I just feel like it just is so, like, it just makes me happy having a little bit of chicken broth, which I know is really funny. So something else that I like to do is, I used to do this a lot more often, but since having kids, I haven't so much, but I like to have candles, light candles in the house. I will generally light them on my stovetop or a place where it's kind of away from the kids they can't get to. And this is lilac, my favorite smell, because it smells like my grandma's house. She had a big lilac bush, and every summer, like, you would just smell the lilacs all around her house. I know you can do this with the essential oils and a diffuser. I had one, I don't really have it anymore. It just kind of fell apart, so I just stopped using it. But I might get into that in the future. It's just, you know, out of sight, out of mind, so. And another thing that I like to do, especially when the weather's getting better, is I like to try to get outside. So I didn't film it, but currently we pressure washed the back deck. So it's kind of, all the furniture is kind of all over the place. I need to kind of go out there and clean it up. That's pretty much on my project for today and tomorrow. And so, but I'm just going to finish up my laundry for the day, and then I'm going to kind of finish my, that'll be kind of the end of my chores, as I think I just have this one load left. But I really find that kind of getting outside, getting some fresh air, even just like sitting next to the window if it's really cold outside, and just getting that sunshine really helps. Kind of creates a peaceful atmosphere. And overall, I just feel like just building, like creating, doing fun things at home, just enjoying, like, and just being grateful and content with what I have has really helped me to really enjoy, I guess, my house. Like I said, I don't want a vacation from it. I want my home to be comfortable. I want it to be peaceful. I want my kids to enjoy being there and feel like, you know, they have a safe place to land, so to speak. So that is what I'm trying to cultivate in my family and in my life. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully those are some helpful tips, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.